How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about ChargePoint. I have the messages that are rolling in. Did you see the pullback? What is happening? ChargePoint ended up breaking through 16. What are your thoughts? I'm going to give it to you guys inside of this video. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is a technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bullish case scenario and as well as in the bearish case scenario. And I will be sharing a swing trade idea, but keep in mind, it is not financial advice. And then we're going to be taking a look at the short interest information. The reason why this is important, because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for ChargePoint. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at $14.69, being down 0.68%. On the low, it tested $14.16, and then on the high, testing $15.06. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 10.863 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 9.775 million shares. So we did have above average volume on the day, but you can see we dealt with selling pressure. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, it's at 28.49, so it is in that oversold territory. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we are below the 200-day, the 50-day, the 100-day, and as well as the 21-day EMA. So if you notice already, ChargePoint is in a bear market due to its downtrend. It also did end up hitting its 52-week low on the Friday at $14.16. So if you're going to be looking at a swing trade opportunity here, I would be setting my stop right around $14 and then seeing how much momentum I could ride up from there. We saw it hit a high of $15.06. So there's no doubt if we have a reversal, we should be able to get back to at least $16 and as well as $17, and then essentially at least getting up to the 21-day EMA at $17.88. For the bearish case scenario, if ChargePoint breaks this $14 level, then we can start testing support areas right around the 1380s and as well as for the 1350s. So this is one thing that you want to keep in mind, but this is also great for anyone that's looking at ChargePoint as a long-term investment for myself, because you have the opportunity to add at lower prices. So now let's move on to the short interest. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for ChargePoint. So for the dark pool short volume ratio, it is at 55.60%. And then for the dark pool short volume, it is just over 2.6 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 6.7 million, updated 15 minutes ago. And then for the short borrow free rate, it is at 0.48%. Now, when we take a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of the 13th, it was at 53.93. And then for the close of the 14th, which was a Friday that just passed, it is at 55.60. So it did go up, and what this tells us, ChargePoint does have short squeeze potential, but there's also a lot of negative market sentiment around the stock. Part of the reason being is they are not making money as of yet as a company. They are not profitable, so shorts are taking advantage of this. We see the selling pressure, then we have retail selling because they see the stock is going down, and the pattern just continues. So these are one of the reasons why you want to keep this on your watch list. So now let's go into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for ChargePoint. So we see here on the inflows at 19.45, and then on the outflow it's at 18.29. So we ended up having an inflow day. Taking a look at the breakdown, it was 0 on the large, on the medium 12.79, and then on the small it was 6.66. Taking a look at the outflow side on the large, it was 0. On the medium it was 12.84, and then on the small it was 5.45. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, we have zeros down the board. Analyzing the numbers further for the small scale orders that tend to represent the retail side, we had more buying than we had selling. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more selling than we had buying, but it was very close. And of course, for the large, which potentially could represent institutions, we had zero buying and zero selling. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 3.28%. So what this tells us right away, there's a lot of volatility in this stock. We also do know, yes, many are still holding on to their position, but we do have a lot of selling that is happening. And it's not surprising due to the fact that ChargePoint is hitting 52-week lows. So now let's go into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for ChargePoint, there's a few points I want to go over. If you are a long-term investor, the dip that you're currently seeing, you should be excited about it. This is why I say if you're going to be taking a position, you want to use a dollar cost averaging approach. You just don't go all in on your first buy. You want to break it down, nibble as the stock pulls back. Again, only do this if you have high conviction. Anyone who's looking at swing trade opportunities, it is very important that you have a stop loss, especially when the stock has tested its 52-week low on the Friday. If you don't have a stop loss and it starts pulling back even further, then of course, since you don't have high conviction and that wasn't your plan in the first place to actually hold it, you're going to end up selling for a bigger loss. So that is just one thing I want to make sure I bring up to you. Also, ChargePoint is a growth stock that is not profitable as of yet. And we know many stocks who are not profitable but have a lot of potential have been getting slaughtered. A lot of them come with high valuations and now they're coming back down to earth. So this is why you're seeing this trend continue, and I want to make sure it's something that you are prepared for. Also, going on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it still continues to have short squeeze potential. So this is why I say you want to keep an eye on that buying volume. We know above average buying volume can really get this stock going. And plus on top of that, since it is in the EV clean energy space, we know that is going to be a focus. So this stock will have more attention coming into it and more money flowing in for 2022. And I want to make sure that is something that you are aware of. So know for yourself whether you want to be an investor or a trader in this play. It is very important. If you are a swing trader, you are not looking to hold this stock for the long term. If you're a long-term investor, you heard the word, that means you're willing to hold it for a long time. And if you are just a trader, then of course you're just looking for intraday action. That is the difference between all three. Figure out where you fit in and then come up with a strategy afterwards. Just don't blindly go in and just buy the stock at whatever price. And then when things don't go your way, you start getting frustrated and you're like, you know what, I'm over this, on to the next one. Again, I just want to make sure you guys have the right successful habits in the way that you choose to actually approach the stock market. This is very key for your long-term success, and this is why I'm emphasizing it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see how ChargePoint performs for the coming week. We'll talk soon.